Alright, so we're about to start round 16. We're going to do more front post stitches with this white color and connect them up with the ones we have before. Remember, these are going to continue to curve, so don't expect it to go straight. Now to join in this round, we'll see over here, you're going to want to pick one of these V's and join into the second one of the 2 treble crochets. So right here, I'm going to join in with a single chain, so 1 chain there. For these repeats, we're going to do 3 single crochet, then a front post treble. So 3 single crochet. The chain counts as the first one. This is 2 and 3. Now we're going to do our front post treble. So yarn over twice, go underneath the front one here, this one that's coming up next. Finish out your stitch and make sure you leave it loose enough so it doesn't pull all of the stitches in. Like some of the last rounds we're doing, we're not going to skip this one. That's going to be our increase. We're instead going to go ahead and put our next single crochet right in there. So skipping nothing, going right in there. We want 11 single crochet. So that one was the first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I'm getting closer to this V. 10. And the last stitch for this repeat, you notice, is the one right before the left hand treble from the last round, which is where we want to start our next one. So you see, as these rounds, as we get bigger, each one of these repeats gets longer, so it takes longer and longer to go around. That's just normal. We're going to have to do this 8 times around. That's going to stay pretty consistent through everything now, 8 times around. And for this repeat, it's 3 single crochet, the front post treble around the white one from before. Not going to skip a stitch, go right into that next stitch and do 11 more single crochet, which should bring you right back. Oop, don't lose the loop there. Should bring you right back to the left hand treble from the previous round. So let's go ahead and do this one more time. We're going to do 3 single crochet, next up, our front post treble. So yarn over twice, go underneath the overlay stitch, and finish out the treble crochet. Now we're not going to skip this stitch. We're actually going to go right in it and start the first of our 11 single crochet to finish out this round, and or this repeat rather. Remember, everything we're doing other than the overlay stitches or the front post stitches, we do everything in the back loop only. That's what's going to leave us the front loops to do future stitches into. And we're just going to continue straight on until we get to where we started. So that's it for these repeats. 8 times around total. So if you followed along, you've done 2, you've got 6 more to go. 3 single crochet, front post treble, 11. Don't skip anything, that's where our increases are going to be. That's it. See you for the next round. Alright, for round 17, we're going to introduce a new color. I like to call it coral because I don't like to think of it as being pink, but it is kind of just a bright pink. Anyway, we're going to join this one in to one of our front post stitches from this previous round. And in this round, we're also going to introduce a new stitch. We're going to start doing some front post together stitches. So first thing, after we join with a chain stitch, we're going to do 10 single crochets. So that counts as 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next up, we're going to do a front post treble crochet 2 together, which means we're going to do 2 of them. It's the same as a decrease, really. We're going to do 2 of them, and actually it's not a front post. I don't know why I said that, I'm sorry. It really is just a treble crochet, and what we're going to do is not go into this. We're going to go into this bright blue one that's hiding right between the purple stitches here in our V. So it's a treble crochet. We yarn over twice. You're going to grab that little front loop that's just hiding in there. Again, if you can't grab that, if you just grab something down here, not this white, but something down here to get your stitch into, what's important is that it's inside the V so that these stitches stay inside this V. We're going to do our treble, but since it's 2 together, we're not going to finish it out. We're going to do once, twice, and now stop with these 2 loops on the hook. We'll do the next one, start the next one, yarn over twice, go into the exact same front loop that we just did. We're going to do 1, 2, and even though it's a treble, we're going to stop here and instead go through everything on the hook. So we have 2 stitches, but only 1 stitch right here. So we have 2 trebles and 1 stitch at the top. We're going to skip the next stitch, go into the next one, do a single crochet here, another single crochet, an increase. We need to have an increase in this round, and we're trying to spread them out, and then a single crochet. So this is what the repeat looks like. And as we go, you notice you can sort of pinch stitches together so that it lies nice and flat in there, where these 2 trebles that we did together fall inside. That's going to be filling in the piece that we're creating right here. So for this, again, we have 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have our treble crochet 2 together, both of which go into this aqua front loop. That's the bottommost one inside the V. Skip the stitch, do a couple of single crochet, an increase, and 1 more single crochet to get you ready to start the whole repeat over again. So let's do the second one again together. The longer they get, the more complicated they get, and the patterns get a little weird. So it's a good idea to write it down so that you have it. Remember, you're going to have to do it 8 times, so usually by the 7th or 6th one you have it memorized, and then you're almost done. But it does work. So 10 single crochet. Oop, I split that stitch. 10 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That should be getting us towards this V that we're going to fill in the space here. So treble crochet 2 together. We're going to grab this front loop, this aqua one, the closest one to the base of our V. For 2 together, it means we're going to go part way through the stitch, do the first 2, stop, yarn over twice, go back into that stitch, Do it twice, and now one more yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. We're going to skip this, do a couple of singles, our increase, and then to finish it out and get to the front post stitch, we need to start the next repeat, one more single crochet. So 8 times total around. Again, 10 single crochet, our treble 2 together in the same stitch, skip 1, we got a couple singles, increase, 1 more single crochet. That should fill these spaces between the front post, and we're going to go all the way around with that 8 times to finish out this round. All right, we're on to round 18. We're going to go back to the magenta yarn, and now we're going to complete this sort of flower bulb around the coral we did in the last round. So unlike the last round, this time we are going to do front post treble 2 together. I accidentally said that for the last round, but we are going to do it here. So to start the round, we got to go back and find one of these increase stitches, and we're going to join in the second of the 2 stitches. So join, do a chain, and now we're going to have 12 single crochet. Remember, where we joined with that chain counts as 1 for this first repeat. So into the back loop, we're going to do 12 total. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you notice, the next stitch along is these, or it's this treble 2 together from the last one. So we're going to sort of fill in everything up to that. Now we're going to do a front post treble 2 together. So again, 2 stitches together into 1, but these are front posts. So treble means yarn over twice. We're going to go around the purple from before, do the first 2 parts of this treble crochet, 1, 2. We're going to stop, go around twice more, yarn over, go underneath the other half. Oops, I grabbed part of the coral stitch there. Go underneath the other half of the purple. Complete 2 parts of that treble crochet. And now yarn over through all of the hooks, or all of the loops on the hook. That's going to complete this little guy and finish it off. We're not going to skip anything here so that we can have our increase hidden right here. So we're going to go right into the treble together from the last round. We're going to do 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and if you look, the last stitch is going to be the first in an increase, meaning that we can start our second repeat on the second stitch in the increase. So let's do this one together again. It's going to be 12 single crochet, which should take us from the second stitch in the increase all the way up to these overlay stitches here. We'll do our front post treble 2 together to finish this guy out, skip nothing, and then 4 more to bring us back to the increase. So start with 12. Get the tail out of the way there, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very loud train in the distance. I don't know if you can hear that. Sorry about that. 12 total. which should bring us right up against the overlay stitches from the last round. It does, that's my 12th one there. So now when we get to this, I'm going to yarn over twice and do a together stitch. So do the first 2 parts of this treble, stop, yarn over 2 more times, go underneath the other purple, do the first 2 of that treble crochet, and now yarn over through all of the loops on the hook. We're not going to skip anything, which means we're going to go right into that stitch there for the first of the final 4 for this repeat. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one should be the first part of the increase. So we can start our next repeat on the 2nd stitch of the increase. So that's what we get here. You notice this completes this little, I think of them, they sort of look like, you know, flower buds to me, or little flowers there. So 12 single crochet, a front post treble crochet together, so it's the treble on both halves then together, so it's only 1 stitch. Fill in there, skip nothing, do 4 single crochet to finish it out.